Okay, so first we'll decide what we want to cover to this session. So here I'm going to decide, I'm going to tell you how to create a Docker image. That is important session. How to create Docker image. And after that, I'm going to teach you Docker Compose also, but at a very basic level. And followed by, we'll migrate to Kubernetes. That's a huge topic which we have to complete it today only. Okay, so I would suggest you to focus on this session and get started. So that is important for all of you. So before understanding, the things like how to create a session, just a second. Okay, so before starting how to create image, you should be very hands-on with all the Docker commands. So if you remember, let me show you Docker commands, DevOps, cool. Now, these commands, you need to be very comfortable with it. So these are the first command and working with the container. So these all commands which you have, you should be mastered in this. Okay, you should practice it, and I'm sure you might have done it already. So that is a prerequisite for this. And after that, these are the commands for monitoring. This also command you have to get it into that. So right now I'll teach you working with images. So first of all, what is an image? The question is, what is Docker image? What is Docker image? So guys, Docker image is a collections of file system. Understand that? Very simple concept. Collections of file system. Okay. What is a file system? So collections of file system means I'll put it up in this way. And I'm putting in a very simple way so you should understand this. See here, my my manager said there is a D drive, or no, let's make it C drive only. C drive. Okay. Rakesh, there is a noise coming from your side. Can you mute yourself? Okay, so there is a C drive. Okay. Now my manager said, Rajesh, you have to back it up daily. This one. Think simple. So day one I backed it up, day two I backed it up, day three I backed it up, day four backed it up. But you know what? When I'm backing up in a day one, I'm backing up full backup. But the day two, the my manager said only the delta, the file which got changed, from the day one to day two, only the delta should be backed it up. Here also you should back it up only the file change from the day two to that is and here. So this we call it incremental backup. Agree with me, all of you? Agree with me?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. So here what we are doing. So this is a whole one full backup, and here one more backup, delta backup. So this is called one file system. This is one file system. This is one file system, and this is one file system. Now, if you want to get all these 4 days backup, then in that case you need to have a 4 backup, because if you miss any of this, you will miss one day. Correct now? And if you want only up to 3 days, then you have to restore up to this. If you want only this one, then here, and day one only this. So these all are file system. So that is what I said. Docker image is a collection of file system. Yes, image the one which you see, which you have used it in the previous session. So many images you have on the Docker Hub also. So these are the collections of file system. Let me show you. Okay. So first of all, let me clean up all my images. So Docker images. See, sudo is required, right? So I'll become a sudo docker images. I have these images. So let me delete this. Before that I want to check containers. No containers. Docker yes hyphen a. So this container you have to remove it in order to remove the images, others will not be allowed to remove it. So I remove the container which was not running, and now I delete this all the images. RMI is a command to delete all the images. So these images have no name because I replaced that in the last session. So I'll just use the image ID also. You can use image ID, image name, both are same. So that is okay. Name is a human name, ID is a machine name. So now you don't have any images. Now what I will do, you know what I will do, I will download one of the images. Okay, so which images I should download? So let me show you. Docker, first let's go for one image, docker pull. And before that I want to show you that where the images are stored, file system. So you say docker info, and in a docker info there is one directory, this one, var lib docker. So the image will be stored in this location only, file system. So go to this one here. Now here so many folders are there where the image will be stored. So it will be stored, the layers file system will be stored here. Remember, file system, all the files of the images will be stored here under the overlay too. Now you see here there is a few file system already there. Okay, overlay 2 has already there. Now I wanted to have a clean environment. So what I can do, I will delete all these things. So I want to see that what is the size, because I deleted all the images. So the size, I'm just checking, for this is 4.1 GB. Okay, so what I will do, I will just delete all the images. So all these files. So rm-rf star. So just to have a clean demo, I deleted everything. It's a 4 GB. I deleted. Okay, so now you have no folders and files. Now I'm going to download one images. So let me download one images. Docker pull Ubuntu. One of the image which I'm downloading, and Ubuntu. And what happens? So here, okay, so there is a one problem, and the problem is symlink. So some of the things which I deleted, symlink was needed, failed to register layer symlink. Let me check. So I'll have to fix this. Let me stop the recording for a few seconds.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so there was one error. I restarted the Docker, it will fix that things. So now if you look at this here, uh, this is the this is the layer. What, so in this Ubuntu, you see I pull the Ubuntu image. It has only one layer, only one file system. Okay, so if you want to go inside that file system, go inside this file system 53 and go inside the diff. See here, what do you have? Look at this here. This is the file system, base file system, which is Ubuntu base file system. Which you, this content you will see in the container, right? So only one file system. It was a part of the Ubuntu. Now what I will do, I'll come back and I will also delete this image also. So here, Docker RMI and Ubuntu image also I'm deleting. So I'll go for some other images. Okay. So let me go for some other images. Let's use Docker Hub, and some image you can go for some application images, anything which you go for here. Let's say XAMPP, I'm searching for is a application server. So here, this is the 2 months ago. This is the official XAMPP application. Okay, this is the official one. So copy, and here pulling that image. So this is the one. This is the official XAMPP image. And you see that so many layers are there in this. One layer, two, means layer means file system. One, two, three, four, five, six, and maybe more than 20. Okay, so XAMPP has so many file systems. So Ubuntu was a base image. That's the reason most of the time you'll have a one file system. But applications, when you go, you'll have a more file systems actually. So here now, if you see that ls, see, and now if you go inside this directory, you will see certain files. So now coming to the points here, which I was trying to tell you, this, just imagine someone has asked you to take a full backup of C drive, then you have taken first full backup, which is a base image, and after that some changes, some changes, some changes. You keep doing it, and this all backups you are versioning it. Versioning is Git, right? Something like that. You commit this word to git, this commit to the git, this commit to the git, this commit to git. So now you can restore up to all this stuff. Are you understanding, all of you? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now question is, what is a Docker image? So Docker image is a collection of file system, but you know what we call it? What we call it? Layer. Why we call it layer? Because in the image, if you see, let's talk about the file system concept. So see, understand this. First, you need Ubuntu on. Let's say you want to run Java application. Think simple, okay? In order to run Java application, what you need? You need a We need a root file system. Root file system means Ubuntu, or CentOS or Fedora, Debian, whatever it is. So this is a root file system, base image. Ubuntu base image. So there's so many base image are there. Okay, if you search for in here also, so many base image, like Ubuntu is a base image, yeah, CentOS is a base image, Fedora is a base image. So you will have a, see here. So this is the base image. Okay, CentOS is a base image. Let me show you. See here. Debian is a base image. These all are operating system earlier. Now it's a base image. Okay. So Alpine is a base image. The one many people are using Alpine actually. Okay. So these are the base image. So you want to run Java application. So first you have to have a base image. After that you modify and add one more layer, Java. Install Java. Okay, then what you do, you install what? After installing Java, what you want? You can install Tomcat. Tomcat is a framework, right? And then after that, on top of that, you install application. So this is a Java. Let's say you want to run PHP. Okay, so what you need? You need a base image, one base image. And then what you need here? You need PHP, but typically you can get this PHP and everything in XAMPP, PHP Apache, MySQL. And then you have a top of app. Correct? Na? You want Ruby applications you want to run, right? So what you'll go for base image. It can be CentOS also, CentOS, and then here Ruby on Rails ROR, and then on top of app. So this is the concept here. So many times what will happen? See, you will find base image also. You will find up to this one also. This is the concept. You will find this one also. Where? Let me show you. Java. Search for Java JDK or something. You'll find those images also. Already built. You can build from scratch also. See here, Java JDK. Official image if you want. Here it is. Verified publishers you want. Here it is. Just put it Java. It will be much better. See here. Official image. See Tomcat. See Tomcat. You got it here. Tomcat. Tomcat means what? These all three are there already in this image. You have to just feed the app. So XAMPP means what? XAMPP means you have everything. You have a base image plus XAMPP is there, and just you need to fill the applications. So it's a collections of file system, but we call it layer. Why? I'll tell you why we call it layer. So here we have a base image. followed by another file system, then followed by other file system, followed by other file system. So here all this thing, this is Ubuntu, thing simple. Okay, this is Ubuntu, this is Java, this is Tomcat, and this is your applications. So now this is layered. So parent layer is here, this is the parent layer, and this is the parent layer. That means if you call this guy, all this parent will come along with it. If you call this one, then this will come. If you call this one, this two will come. If you call this one, this will come. So here, this all the file system which you see is layer on top of each other theoretically. I mean through the programmatically. Okay, see here you see that all the file system, right? But actually it's a layer on top of each other. How can you see that? Let me show you. So Docker images and Docker inspect command, if you use it, you can see the layering. See here, these are all layers on top of each other. See here. Okay. So that is the reason these are the, we call it layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and this whole layers is coming as a one image conceptually. So now you understood that what is an image, all of you? All of you? Hello?
Yes, you're right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So image is what? Docker image is what? See guys, I'll tell you in a simple way. Earlier you were using the VM image, right? ISO image you use, right? ISO image for creating a VM. What is that? That is also collections of file system. File system. What is that? You have a you have kernel in on top of that kernel, Windows kernel or Linux kernel, and after that, what do you have? A root file system. After that, what we have? Calculator, browser, all these applications are there, right? And this whole things is there in the notepad in one ISO image. So that is a something. So Docker is something similar, but a little bit different keyword content. I mean, terminologies are used different. Okay, so that is a something which we have understood Docker. Now you know what, guys? Please hear me out carefully. Now, what happens when you create an image? What happens? You know what? Very simple thing. When you create an image, all this layer, mind it, which is a part of X image. When you create, let's say, when you Docker run an image name, you do that. Okay. For example, let me do that in front of you. So see here. Um, Go for here, and you look at this df-kh. There is no mount additional. Okay, so now what I'll do, Docker images, Docker run hyphen itd, and this image I'm running just a container. You got a container, you see here Docker. Yes, I got a container. This container is running internally on ed port dub dub dub. You cannot access from outside because it's not exposed. So this container is running. Now if you see the df-kh, which is the mount, you see, look at this here, last one, merged, and here there's one more file system which got created here. One more container you want to create. See here, two XAMPP I run it, Docker PS. See here, two container I'm running, and look at this, two mount. What is happening actually? So that's what I'm trying to tell you here. What is happening when you create a container? These all layers get merged into one layer. Mind it. So this all layer got merged into one layer, and this layer they have the user and all the CPU and RAM and network get attached. So this is your container. That means, understand this, whatever you have in image, you see in the container. I repeat, whatever you have in image layers, you see in the container. Again, whatever you see in the each file system which belong to the image, you will see in the container. What you have in the container? So you had here Ubuntu, here Java, Tomcat, and your applications. So you will see applications here running. Application need Tomcat, Tomcat need Java, Java need root file system, a root file system need kernel which is in the base, I mean host machine itself. This whole relationship get built, and then this container is running your applications. See here, my application is running, which is here. XAMPP is running. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So now proving, if you see that here, where is that? Here is a merged directory. Now, if you want to go inside that, go here, cd, and this is the directory. Okay, inside that, what you see, you will see inside a container. Again, whatever you are seeing here, you will see inside a container. So in this container, where's I just want to see this is OPT. OPT is not there. So var. In this var, they are using var, I guess. See var and www. See, they're using, that's your htdocs. Www is your htdocs. Okay, so that is an image, Docker image. So let me conclude this topic. What is a Docker image? So Docker image is nothing but a collection of file system, but we call it layer. These layers are on top of each other, and this layer, everyone has a parent layer, and except the root file system, last layer. When you create an image, all layers get merged into one layer, and that get mounted to the container. Mounted, I just now showed you, df-kh mount, you can see that. See, two containers to mount, and so on. So now conceptually, are you clear with that image concept, all of you?
Yeah, sir. Clear.
Okay, so now guys, next question is how to create an image. That is important topic, guys, and this, for this only you have attended this session. How to create an image. Guys, there are two methods which we have. There's one method we call it a manual method, okay, and the second method we call it automated method. Now, manual method means if you are a lazy, you can do that here, or if you want to automate everything, then it's an automated method using file. So here I'll tell you, for manual method, you need to have existing container. Existing container, remember container I said, you need to have a container, and for this you need to have a Docker file. Okay, so both are results are same actually. The only thing is you will do manually this one, and then this you automate the process. So first you learn manually and then do the automation. So now how do we get into the manually first? So guys, here let me tell you in a simple way. My manager came to me and said, Rajesh, my manager came to me and said, Rajesh, you are going to create an image. Okay, create an image where base it should be Ubuntu. I'm just collecting the requirement, Ubuntu. After that, you should install something like Java. Okay, on the top of Java and top of Tomcat, top of what? Top of applications. This is the Java based application. Or let's say one more requirement. Another, say Rajesh, you have to create one more image where he's saying base should be Ubuntu, and then you have to install XAMPP inside this, and then you have to install the applications and then run it. Okay, so there are two requirements. So first, what you will do, approach. First, you get a container of Ubuntu, log in inside a container, install Java. Okay, then install Tomcat and then app. So here, understand that very simple thing. This all things you can do in one go, or you can do multiple steps. It's up to you. Okay, what will happen? I'll tell you. Multiple commits. One commit or multiple commit, and try to understand what I'm trying to say here. So here, let me give you the image for this. You will visualize this properly. So here, what I'm trying to say, first base should be Ubuntu, which I'll get it from the hub Docker hub. This is Ubuntu. Now you have to decide whether next layer which you are creating, which will be committed here, it should be Java, Tomcat, or applications in one file, one layer only, or what you want. first you add a Java, commit it, and from you create a container from this, and then made a changes in that, and Tomcat, and then again commit it, and then made a changes out of this, and then do the app. So what will the difference? See, results is the same. Results is same. Ubuntu plus applications. Here Ubuntu plus Java plus Tomcat plus application. All this thing will be same. But you know what? This design will be better one. Why this design is better one, not this one? Tell me why.
You have control on the all the layers.
Huh. So here what will happen in the future if you want to change this, let's say Tomcat and Java, because this application will change daily. You code daily, so this part will change daily. But for that, every day you have to build this one also. It will take 10 minutes of time. So 10-15 minutes every day multiplied by 365 days, just remember, wastage of time. So rather than what you can, I mean, sorry, in this you build everything daily. So rather than what you do, you keep this one ready, and this will remain same for 1 year at least. Only this will change, so it will take less time, build time, and also troubleshooting and all things can be done easily. So it's your approach. You decide everything in a different layer or everything in a one layer. This up to you. So this approach, are you okay, right, all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me do that stuff. So here what I'll do, I will create one container. So here Docker run hyphen itb ubuntu, and this I create a container. Done. Now guys, if you see that docker ps, I got a one container here. Okay, and now I'll go inside the container docker exec hyphen it this bin and bash. I'm inside a container. Now I have to install Java first. Okay, so how do we install? Say apt, right? So apt get update. This is normal. Whatever you do work in the Linux, you have to work in the container also, same way. So I will go to my Java install DevOps school, and here I'll install any one Java. That's okay for time being. So here, this is the 9 I'm installing it. This is JDK, this is JRE. Done. See, Java is there in this container. No. Now I'm installing it. Okay. So sudo is not required in container. Okay. So this package not available. This is also not available. Package is not available. So I have to check update. Didn't work it. And let me see other package. 11 I'm trying to install maybe package. Is that so those packages got deprecated, so it's not like command didn't work, so that means you should, that repository has a no package for ubuntu. Ubuntu repository, which is a remote, has no package because of deprecated packages. So there is a one more repository will get it, which is for the old packages. You have to add it and then install it, but latest one you have it as part. So I'm installing it. It's like a Play Store. APT is like a Play Store for Ubuntu. You can install, remove any packages. You know that. So manually, I'm doing everything, and then done. So now Java has come. Likewise, any software if I want to install it. Okay, you can install Tomcat also, right? So apt install Tomcat, Tomcat. You can download it also, and many people what do you can download also. Let me show you. Download Tomcat manually also, but command line also you can use for installing. It's up to your approach. You decide. So here I'm downloading it under the OPT directory. wget. This is a Tomcat. wget is not there, so here it apt install wget -y. Now downloading it, and here I'm extracting it. Zip, unzip, Apache. Unzip is also not there, so you have to install it. Unzip -y. Done, and unzip it. So now you unzip into which directory? This is the directory. Now, and now you want to run it. This bin folder you have a, you want to run this. Here you have to run this startup dot sh whatever it is. Here it is. Where is that? Here it is. So whatever you want, you can get inside a container. I mean container. Did you understand now, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now what to do? So come out of this container, and this is the container. Remember, this is the container. Mind it. You can verify here. Ubuntu container. Do you have a Java? Docker execute. I'm just verifying from outside Java. Is there? Do you have this one installed? LSOPT Tomcat installed. You see. Now what to do? This is the image you wanted, right? And create an image. So create an image. How can you create an image from the container? So Docker PS. This is the container which has everything which you needed, which I created from Ubuntu image base image. So Docker commit. This is a command. If you want to create an image using the existing container, you have to use commit command. Okay. Remember that I said two types of image you can build. One is using existing container, and you can write a Docker file. So here Docker commit -m. Why you want to commit? So it has a Ubuntu plus what you have. It's update also, and then you have Java, and then Tomcat. This was for us, this knowledge. But who's the author? So author name is Rajesh Kumar. This commands, and then which container you want to commit? This container. What do you want the name? New name. So let's say Raju one. Image name you can keep it whatever you want, and then commit. So there's command issues commit. Sorry, double time commit. So guys, the Raju one, the image which I am creating from the container, existing
Hello.
container, which is, yeah, tell me.
Hey.
Hello. Okay. So here, guys, Docker image. This is the image now. Remember that Ubuntu was what is the size? 77 MB. Raju one, what is the size now? 7332 MB. That means why this is happy, because you downloaded lots of things here.
Verify करके उन्होंने weakness
Before, can you mute yourself? Your voice is coming.
weekend this साला इसी में निकल
Before,
जाता हाँ एक सच्चे
okay. So this is the stuff. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now this is the image which you created. Now you should create a container out of this image. Run -itd Raju1, and look at this here. This is the container. We should have a Java and Tomcat. Can we validate? Docker execute this Java. I'm testing Java is there. Yes, got it. So this is the manual process, and now you say you want to have something else in this image, Raju 1, the image which you got it, you want to have something else. Same process, create a container, go inside a container, make a modification, come out of it, commit it. You want something else, go and create a container, go inside the container, make a modification, come out of it, commit it, new image. This is the whole process you have to do, and then till you want the destination, that till your objective is done. Are you clear, all of you?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so now this is the manual process. Manual process means why we call it, because human interactions are required. Human interactions are required. So for that, what to do manually? Because I'll tell you why we have to automate it. You modify the code every 1 hour, and then you commit and push that to the GitHub. So remember that this will not change daily, Ubuntu, Java, and Tomcat, but these applications will change daily, right? You commit and then you want to validate it. So for that you want to create an image. For image you need to have all the changes in image, because see, you want to validate it where container. You want to check in container the changes has come or not. In order to have a container you have to have an image, so you have to modify the image. Now this I will do manually, I'll get frustrated manually every day. 1 hour you did the changes, and every time you have to build it the image and then share with the people and all, and they'll validate it. So that is headache actually. What do we do in this case? So for that we write a Docker file. We write a Docker file. Okay, so what is a Docker file? So Docker file is nothing but a list of instruction. Please understand, instructions of Docker image layers. Okay, understand that Docker file, each line, this is important, understand that each line would create one layer. Please remember, would create one layer. Each line of Docker file would create one layer. If you want to avoid the layer, you have a techniques, I'll show you that one. So remember that each line would create one layer in Dockerfile, and new layer would be created from the previous layers container. Understand that? Because I told you very clearly, you can create a container from, you can create a container from this one also, this one also, this one also, this one also. If you create a container from this, then all four will come. If you create a container from this, only this will come. If you container create from this, all three will come. So it's like this. So very simple line. Each line of Docker file would create one layer, and a new layer would be created from the previous layer's container. What is the meaning of it? Let me show you here. So same thing which I coded right now, I'm going to write a Docker file. So here, from Ubuntu. That means you downloaded the pull the image, right? So Docker will do that. I'm writing a Docker file code actually. Who are you? Maintainer. What is your name? Rajesh Kumar, email ID, whatever you can mention. What do you want inside this? So here, will create one layer. This is already image, so you'll have a one layer. This will create one more layer. Then what do you want inside this? So run what? So I updated, right? Get update first. Okay, so here I did this. So that means this command you know, understand that. So one layer, two layer. So because one layer, I mean each line would create one layer. So here it will be created two layer plus Ubuntu layer. Now new layer would be created from the previous layer container. That means this container come from. Try to understand that very simple way. Let me snip it. See here, from here the container will be created automatically, and these changes will be written. From this container, there is one image will come, layer basically will come, layer, and from this layer, okay, there is one more container will be created, and then these changes will be done. This container will be committed, and then that's your final image as per this Docker file. So this is the relationship. So earlier, what I was doing using commit command, I was creating a layers manually. Now Docker will do that automatically using Dockerfile. So here, let me do that run. I had to install Java, right? So you want to do some more changes. You want to install run get install git. You want to download some copy, right? I mean, you want to download something which is Tomcat, right? So let me copy into my local locations here and mkdir demo cd demo, and here I'll download the file in the I'm in the base machine, okay, and here I will say copy 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 this file into the opt. Done. And you want to extract it, right? So here again run, and then you want to go for this one, unzip this. These are the same thing I did, right, manually. Do you remember, all of you?
Yeah, sir, right.
So here what will happen, this one layer, two layer, three layer, four layer, five layer, six layer will be created, and these each layers required previous layer. Remember that second line is important. So now I'll do one thing. I'll go here, vi docker file, enter. Oh, sorry, cancel. Save it and build this. How do you build this image? So docker command build, docker build, and what is the command? Hyphen t and raju 2, okay, and dot. Why? Because docker file is the same place. And see, whatever I showed you manually, now you are doing through automated way. So this command you run every time the code is changed, you run this, automatically images will be created. How to run it? There's a hell lot of ways. You can schedule this, you can implement Jenkins, you can others automation manually also you can run. This depends on you. Update is happening right now inside a container. Everything will be done inside a container, and then create a layers and all this thing, and then things will be done. Let it complete. Java is installed now. Step number one, two, three, done. Now Tomcat is being downloaded. Now Tomcat is being downloaded and extracted. Git is being installed now. Done. See, Tomcat got failed. What is that? Why? Because same issues I also had it. If you remember that, unzip was not found. So what you can do? No problem. I'm going to fix that. Run and apt get install unzip -y, simple. And this code again, don't worry, the layers which got created earlier, it will not be recreated, only failed layers will be created and missing layers. So that is a way to default functionality. So see here, I started with the step number 6, and see now downloading is happening and extracting is happening now. Done. My image is ready, and here you see that this is the Raju 2 image, which is 801 MB. So this has automated. You don't have to do a lot of steps, and this has automated. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So now if you see that, if you run this image, Raju 2, Docker run hyphen ITD, enter, and Docker PS. You see that here, if you go in Raju 2, Docker, I'm going inside this, Docker exec hyphen IT container bin bash, and see here, go to the OPT. See, is there? Java is there? Is there? Validated. Everything's good. Now, this container is running as a root user. So you say, Rajesh, I want to run container as a different user. How to do that? So that other user, let's say I want to add one more user. So what I'll do, run. There's a Linux command for user add Rajesh. And here user Rajesh. Simple. So here what is happening? Here I am creating one user inside a container, and user Rajesh will run that container as a Rajesh. Can I show you? Let me show you. So here vi, see I have a one Docker file, I don't want to change it. So you can keep it the different file name also. So vi doc2, there's a different file name. Now this is a different file and I want to build it. So now if you build it, this command, if you use this command to build this, then we'll use the Docker file itself. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to use hyphen f doc2 file name hyphen f and then build this. Done. Why it's taken very less time? Because you hardly have all the layers we had it build it, only the last two layers was needed. So now Docker, I should have changed the image name by the way, but I did not change it. This is the one. Now you create a new container out of it. So Docker run hyphen ITD and this one, enter. Oh, sorry, my bad. Docker run hyphen ITD Raju, and you see here Docker PS. This is the container which I created. Now you go inside that Docker exec and IT and bin bash. Enter. See which user the container is running right now. Rajesh. Correct now?
Yes, sir, correct.
So if you want to run container as a different user, you can run it daemon user or something like that. Let me see. This is XAMPP image, right? I'm curious which user is running with it. So let me do that. Docker exec hyphen it this container and go bin bash, and this ID. This running is the app user. See, app user. So now this is the way you can automate the image. So now let's look at some of the sample image. For example, XAMPP app. This is the one app which you want. You want the sample image for it, so Docker file for it, right? So go to this one Docker, hey GitHub, and these are all the, just search for it GitHub, and this is the image you will get it. See here, and oh, this is search results. My God, not a right results. Topics I don't want. I want, okay. Go for XAMPP official. Okay, this one. And where is that? They have not created it. What? I think this one. Check the official website, and then you will get it actually. So right now, not able to quickly locate it. Let's look for the other one. So let's go for this one. This guy I showed you, right? Uh, this one. GitHub. Here it is. So see the Docker file. What is he's done? So I have this guy have used, see the base image Alpine. See here. Now what is the ARG here? So you see, in every programming language, you set the variables, correct? Why you set the variable? So you can reuse it multiple times. So here what I did the wrong practice. What I did here, I used the hard code in the username and username. What I should have done, arg username is equal to Rajesh, and here I should have used the dollar this one and dollar this one. That's all. So here this is the same thing. They are using variables. Now these variables will be used somewhere downside. Here dollar see is being used. So arg is a way to declare the arguments to the Docker file. So you got a from again arg see run one thing. They again do the from here double build they are doing labeling it also setting an environment variable. Look at this environment variable. You want some environment variable to set env and then it will be set in the container. Again run. See copying the files. I showed you copying the files here somewhere here and again run. See that techniques. Look at this, the beauty of this guy. What this guy is doing, they are running the so many commands in a one layer only. Why? Because I just said no, if you separate the layers it will create, if you separate the line it will create a new layer. So what this guy is doing, logical and logical and logical and logical and logical and that means these all commands will run in one and create one layer only to avoid the too many layers. And again here one more copy, and this is the volumes. I'll talk about it, and this is the port they are exposing. This is a MySQL port, SSH port, and 80 port, and this is running in the supervisory mode.
Rajesh, one question. How will you copy and those things like from the host machine to the Docker image OS? Those there's a difference, right?
Typically when you want to copy that, normally it's docker cp command, right? You used, correct? But here because everything is automated, so if you put the instruction, this will read from the current directory dot and inside a container it will go to here.
So the first one is the on the host machine. Is it on the
This
or
is
on the local machine?
host machine.
Okay. And if you want to copy from one Docker folder to another Docker folder,
One docker folder to another docker folder.
so
Just
inside the
host machine.
Docker image.
No, this is the image creation, right? While running, if you want to copy from one container to another container, that's a different case. Image creation process, no?
Okay. So this will always copy from the host machine to the Docker OS, right?
Yeah. Docker OS not, you should call it container. Docker
Docker
is
container.
yeah.
Okay, Docker container. And how to set the your host directory? Is there anything? Is there where the Docker file exists? That is the host directory.
Yeah. So here, let me host a direct maybe. Let me come out of it. This is my host machine, and this is the command I run here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it. The last one, the dot
Yeah. Dot means current directory.
current directory. So we can set it to any folder there, right? Instead of dot, we can
Right.
set it to different directories.
Right.
Okay, got it. Okay, thanks.
Okay. So now this is the way. So what I wanted to
So
teach you, I wanted
one more
to,
question. Sorry, Rajesh. One more question. Say like within the Docker container, if I want to copy one file to another file, how can I do it?
what is that?
Within the Docker container, if I want to copy one file to other file, how can I do it?
So container to container, don't think in
No, no,
that
within the
way.
container. Within the container.
Container to container, don't think in the special way, because container to container, you should think in this way. How do you copy the files from one laptop to another laptop or one VM to another VM?
No,
So
no, no,
one
no, no,
container,
not one VM to another VM, Rajesh. Within the container, if I want to copy a file, from one directory to other directory.
Then see you should not complicate your thought process. See, remember, container to container, inside a container, one directory to another directory. Correct, now?
Yes, yes,
Why
yes.
you are thinking like this? What do you do in the VMs and what do you do in laptop? Tell me. CP, source, destination. Correct, now? CP, source, destination. This is something you do, right?
Yeah, correct.
So same thing you
Oh,
do.
we have to do. Okay, instead of COPY, if you run CP, then it will work as the same, right? That's what you're saying.
This is Linux command, it's a compute unit.
Okay, okay, got it. Got it. Okay, okay. Thanks.
So guys, this is something which is called two methods. So I want to teach you two method of creating image: manual method, automated method. One thing which is pending, which is very important, but now question is, did you understand it or not? Hello. So tomorrow I'll say, Dharmu, I'll say
Yes.
we have a Ubuntu image. Inside that, go and install XAMPP, and then when you go app, and will you do that or not?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, so this is the app, and app required the database. So here XAMPP will have a database. So you have to design, actually, let me put it up in this way. Typically, you know what, XAMPP is having everything inside it, so you don't need anything outside of it. So everything will be local host. But how you should design, I'll tell you. You should have a one container for which should have app. I mean, futuristic design I'm talking about. And there you should be having one container which should be database, DB. So what you will do, understand this way. So here you will go and have a Ubuntu, and then you will have PHP installed manually, and then Apache. Only these three things you will have it here. Okay, PHP, Apache, and Ubuntu. And then you will have applications configured. Now, PHP is there, Apache is there, application is there, but it requires database. So there's one more container, MySQL container, and you will connect these two container to this container, application with this container. So this is the MySQL application. This is the your application which is having the code, and it will work. But here in a XAMPP case, everything is in one only. You don't have to think outside of the box. Now you say, Rajesh, where is the MySQL image? You have it. All the database image you have it. Docker, go to the Docker Hub, and here you have a MySQL image. Here it is. You can use it, MariaDB. Here it is, MySQL. Now you say, Rajesh, do I need to create a PHP image? No, you have it already. All the PHP version image is created already. See that PHP. So here you have a PHP. You want PHP along with Apache. So those images already created. See here, I think this one, and you need to check. I think Apache will be there, or maybe we can install it. Maybe Apache directly here. So here HTTPD or PHP and HTTPD D. And you see, I think this one will have, I guess, search is coming accordingly. So you have to design, but right now, because that we want monolithic application, means everything in one, so that's okay. So all of you are clear? Any questions, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, now next topic which is very important in this, guys. Remember that I said in the first session how to run container. How to run container. That is very important. How to run container. So guys, run means what? What run? See guys, here you have what happens. Docker ps. See that if you look at it little carefully, Raju is running with a bin bash, bin bash, bin bash, bin bash. But these all images I created from 1 2. And here if you see XAMPP is running with entry point supervisor or something. Let me go for another image. Docker run hyphen itd php. PHP is not image, it will download from the hub and it will run. Let me show you. And here Docker, yes, here, this is the PHP. Now PHP is running with this one. Let me do a HTTPD image. I want to run that HTTPD also, container. And if you look at this, HTTPD is running using what? See, HTTPD is having this one. I mean, what is going on here? So the question you should focus on it, how to run container. So guys, how to run container? So container runs using PID1 concept. And this I have discussed in the previous session. So as long as the PID1 is running, container will be running. PID1 got exited, container will also get exited. So you have to set the PID1 very carefully. Now next question is how to set the PID1. How to set PID1. Okay, how to set this one. So in a Docker file, the one which I was writing, in a Docker file you set the PID1 using two instructions, CMD and entry point. These are the two instructions. Using that you can set up the PID1. That means whatever you set in this instruction, that will become a PID1 and that will run when container is run. You want to see the example? Let me show you. So go to the here. See, this is the one XAMPP one we used it, right? And you see that what is been set. Look at this here. CMD user bin supervisor. So now if you see that user bin supervisors must be there somewhere. See here, entry point supervisor. Now you want to see the HTTPD. Let's go for HTTPD image. This is an open source image. You will see the Docker file somewhere GitHub. Look at the GitHub. Here it is. And Docker file, where is that? It should be somewhere inside it. Here it is. And look at this. What is this in this? Go down. See that. What is the CMD? HTTP foreground. Because of this, now you have HTTP foreground. You see. You want to see the PHP? Let me show you the PHP. PHP GitHub PHP Docker file. I don't know which is official. I think this one. Docker file. Many versions they have actually. Sorry. So many images they are developing, right? That's the reason. Videos image. See here. So they have called from some environment actually, CMD. So now the question is how to set the PID1. So you have to pass CMD versus entry point. Now you'll ask Rajesh, what is CMD? What is entry point? What is the difference between that? Why can't I use? So let me tell you here, CMD can be replaced. When you set the PID1 using CMD, it can be replaced during the runtime, during the creating time. And here, entry point cannot be replaced. For example, let me show you example. So here, if you see 1.2 has used the CMD, which is a bin bash. Can I replace it? Let me show you that. So here, what I'll do, because I have so many containers, I want to stop it all this thing. So Docker stop and remove all containers DevOps school. And here I have commands for each and everything, so just say put it up, it will help you. So I'm stopping all the containers using this one by one. If I do, it will take a lot of time. And I'm going to remove all the container using rm command, which is this one, right? So done. So guys, here you see Docker PS. There's no container right now. So Docker PS -a. There's no stop container also. See here. So what I'm going to do, Docker run -itd Ubuntu, enter. And now Docker. See here bin bash has come. Okay, you want to see the Ubuntu Docker file. So GitHub doc Docker file Ubuntu, and this may be image. Look at the Docker file. This is the official image, and see that here bin bash. So that's the reason is coming bin bash. So what I said in the statement, cmd whatever you said, it can be replaced. That means Ubuntu guys has set the cmd. Can I replace it? Yes. Let me show you. Docker run Ubuntu -itd, and here I'm trying to replace ls. See here. Let me check if it is it replaced or not. See, replaced. So theoretically, if CMD is set, you can replace during the runtime. User can replace. So actually, this was behaving like a bin bash. The container was having the bin bash. Now it's behaving like ls. Here, why it got exited? Because container ran that command and it got exited. Okay, you want to see the output? Let me run one more time. -d. If you remove it, you will see the output also. See, it gave you the output and then exited. Exit means run and exit. Okay, so this could not keep running. See, there is a two process, there is a two kind of command. You have it, there are few commands which is keep running. You see the ps-ef, these are the xd. You see that d daemon, this is a daemon. You see that everything which is running right now is a daemon. This is a daemon, this is a d. Python is running as a daemon. This is a d. See, so there are some programs is running as a daemon, some programs are running and exiting. For example, ls, it ran and exit. But some programs, when you run, it keep running as a daemon. It will keep running in the background. Okay, so that is how it is. So this guy has set bash. It will run and exit. To in order to make a daemon, that's the reason always I was used to specify b. Why? Because I wanted to run as a daemon, detached mode. Okay, so coming back to the things, what I was trying to tell you here, how to set the PID1, how to set the PID1. So you have to set in the CMD and versus entry point. Now you will ask, what is the difference between that? So CMD can be replaced, entry point cannot be replaced. Let me show you that. So here, do you have any images where entry point has been used? CMD, CMD, Jenkins. I remember there's one image which has a CMD. Let me show you that. One second. Jenkins is a Java-based application, which is CI tool. So Dockerfile, Jenkins, GitHub. So this is one of the image, and go to the Docker file. Where is that? Can you locate it? Some documentations. So it's a pretty huge image. I can go inside that search for it, but I don't want to do that. It's taking, it will take time actually. Here it is. Okay, so what they have used, you look at this here, they have used what? Entry point. Look at this. Bentini. So I said this cannot be replaced. Okay, so can I try now? So here Docker run -itd Jenkins and Jenkins. That image name is Jenkins. I know that, so I'm hitting. You can get this name from the hub. First one is username, second one is the name of the image. If you have an official image, only one name will be there. If you have a private image, community image, you will have a two names slash separated by slash. First will be ID for yours. Second one is image name. Look at this here. Docker run ps. Here Jenkins is running with the Bentini, right? Can I replace this one now? See ls. See here, did not get replaced. It got exited because ls was a bad parameter to this one. So now, one difference, one thing you know, if you want to run a container, you have to set the CMD and entry point. So let me put it up in this way. You want to run PHP as in a container, set the PHP in the CMD. You want to run Apache, set the Apache in entry point or CMD. You want to run XAMPP, you have to set it MySQL, CMD and entry point. You want to run any application, you have to set in the CMD and entry point or entry point. Are you clear with this concept? All of
Yeah,
you?
sir, clear. Yeah, clear.
Now the question is, you'll say, Rajesh, what happened when you pass CMD and entry point both? What will happen? You guys understand that. If you pass only CMD, then you will become a PID one. Okay, understand that. But if you pass both, what will happen? So many Docker file you will see both. So what will happen? I'll tell you. So let's say you want to run something like this. You want to run something like let's say bin bash, and you want to run some script. This is a script .sh. Okay, so something like this you want to run it. So what is this? This is the executable and this is the argument. So if you want to run something like this, what you have to do? You have to set entry point, this one, and you have to set the argument CMD like this. Simple. That means what I'm trying to say, if you use the both, what will happen? Entry point will be set at the PID1 and CMD will be passed as a parameter argument to that entry point. Simple. Okay. Please understand that. Okay. So let me show you this one example. I think ChatGPT will be faster. Here, create a Docker file. By the way, you can create any kind of Docker file. You don't have to write line by line. It's just for understanding purpose. Create a Docker file for which has CMD and entry point both. Entry point both, and using Ubuntu base. So I think it's in this AI world, if you cannot improve your productivity by 20 times, then it's a waste of it. So see here, there's a from work directory app. This is the root directory inside the container app directory. And you are copying some files here, dummy files from the current location to app directory. This can be anything. An entry point, you set it if here, and then cmd help. That means when you run this command, it will become like this one, and like this one. This will be your PID one. Understood now? Okay. So now next question is, you have understood how to create an images. I taught you two method. One is existing container and one is a Docker file. Now you know what? You have to have a very good knowledge on the application side of it and system side of it in order to build this kind of stuff. How now you have to work also on the this one, how to which one should be PID one for your application. So you look at the example, you start cheating actually. Look at for this. So here you go to the Docker hub, everything is free available. Yeah, you have to go and check and then start learning. Okay, so see here, you want PHP. If you want to PHP, stole it from there. Okay, GitHub. See here, this is the GitHub. Let me show you there what we have set it. It's official image, by the way. And here, my God, so many folders are there. Docker file. Here it is. See what they set. Look at this. They have set the one PL. What is this? I don't understand. So here you have to search for this file. Where is their copying? Here it is. And this is the one they have used it. PL is like maybe that PHP code or something. Oh, it is not a PL. It's a Perl code actually. Yeah. Okay. What they have set it up? Others. This is a PHP. Apache guys. What they have set it up? Apache. Look at this Docker file. Everything is available free of cost. So you just check, learn from them, write your image, and get started. Clear, all of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You know what, guys? My manager is angry on me because he said, Rajesh, you are supposed to give me the images in 5 minutes, and it's already more than 1 hour. This was not expected. So that means I have to share my image with him. So what do we do? So guys, how do we share an image? So guys, here you can share the image using Docker Hub. Yes, you can create an account here and you can share an image. Okay, you can sign up and do the stuff. So let me sign in my account. Let me log in. Here it is. So these are the images which I have shared in the past from the different training. I need to clean it up actually. I'm misusing this platform. You see, so many images are there. So you can create a repository. It's like a GitHub. Okay, don't give a special attention. It's like a GitHub, and the image is like your repository. Okay, it's because it has a version. Commit you did, right? Commit you did. Same. So create a repository. What is the name of the repository you want? April 13, 2024. April, this one. And I'm public repository is free, unlimited. Private only one is allowed actually. So public I'm creating it. And now I will push my images here. So what do we do in this case? So guys, I'm going to push my images. For that, I'm going to create one light image because you know what? These are the images very heavyweight. I don't like this many images, this size of image. So what I'll do, I'll create quickly one lightweight image just for demo. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Docker run hyphen itt ubuntu and Docker yes, Docker exec, and inside this container, I will just write, oh, okay, ITD, right? I'm creating one image lightweight quickly, min bash and Docker D, you have to remove it. I'm inside a container, touch one file, fake file I'm creating, raju.txt, enter, done. Come out of this container, exit and Docker commit hyphen m da da da, who are you, da da da, which container, this container dot image name, da da da. Okay, so this image I created, guys, da da da, which is a 77 MB. I just added one fake file. That's all. So that, this is only 77 MB. Now what have to do? You need to match this name. The name must be matching with this one. So what to do? Docker tag da 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 to this one. So now spelling mistake. Docker tag done. So Docker image, now you see da 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 and this one both are same image actually, but I named it in order to push it. Now Docker login. I'm logging into the hub using this command, and username is DevOps Tools. Password I don't know. I logged in and Docker push da da this one. Enter. So this is the same command they give it to you here also. Enter. So now I'm pushing to the hub.docker.com, and where I can inform, see this is my private view, okay? Public view will be this one. And I can send this URL to my colleagues, teammates, manager, especially for this case, manager, and saying that boss, I have pushed my image. You can download it from here and then create a container and use it for whatever the region you want. Simple. So how do we share an image? Are you all clear now?
Yeah, sir, clear.
Simple. So what I will do, let's say I'm your manager. So I'll pull this image, run hyphen da da da, all the parameters. You should update the documentation. This I had did not update the documentation. This is the documentation. Something like this guy you should follow. I mean, see, he has written a good tutorials actually. See this guy. This is the repository, and he has written the repository also all the good tutorials how to use it and all stuff like that. And if you see that there are official documents also, see everything they have given it. You can modify. You're supposed to do good tutorials actually how to use it, because sometimes you require some different environment volumes and all stuff like that, so that will be needed actually. Okay, so guys, this is the story of how to create a custom image if you want it. And you know what? You have learned Docker not for running a container. You have learned Docker to create an image, and the same image you can use in the various different purposes. Any questions so far?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.